one of the Sahaba of the Prophet ﷺ, Dhu Albijadain. Bijad is a kind of cloth that would have lines in it. So this was known with the man of the two bijads. His father died when he was young and he became an orphan. And then his uncle took care of him. Because of that, his uncle gave him money. This young man became rich with a lot of means. While this was the case, the Prophet ﷺ migrated from Mecca to Al-Medina. Dhul Bijadain was waiting his uncle to accept Islam. He's just being polite, this is like his father to him, so he's waiting for him to accept Islam, but the man, it seems that he doesn't think of it, he doesn't care about that. So he went to his uncle and he said to him, "Uncle, I see that how you're not interested in Muhammad or in his religion, but I want to accept Islam." His uncle said, "If you were to accept Islam, you will have to give me back everything I gave you. Even these clothes on you, even those clothes on you." But he said to his uncle that I will accept Islam and I will stop worshipping stones and idols, and here is everything I have, take it. And he gave him everything, and his uncle demanded him to take his clothes. So he gave it all to him, and he went to his mother to ask her for clothes. So there was only one piece of fabric, bijad, so she cut it into two pieces, and and the Arabs used to have like those, the poor people would have towels, when you go make Hajj, so they put one for the lower part, this called izar, and they put one for the upper part, and this called rida. So she cut this piece of bijad, two pieces, and this is what he called the man with the two pieces of cloth, two bijads. So he covered his awrah and he went to Medina. Where did people go, the new immigrants? Where would they go? They have nothing. Now he had nothing in this whole entire life. They would go to the masjid of the Prophet ﷺ. There was a place, a roofed place called As-Suffa. The people would live there called Ahlul Suffa, the people of the Suffa. Those people extremely poor, they had nothing, they had no houses, they had nothing, so they would just stay in the masjid of the Prophet. From them was Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. And then the Prophet every day in the morning, he would go every day after Fajr prayer, he would go and check on the people of Ahl Suf. So he found a new man, a new face. Asked him, "Who are you?" He said, "My name is Abdul Uzza. I am the slave of Al-Uzza, an idol." So the Prophet said to him, "Your name is Abdullah, Dhul Bijadain." And he told him the story about the two things. He said, "No, now you're Abdullah, the man with the two pieces of cloth." And then the Prophet ﷺ told him, "Ibqa qariban minni, stay close to me." He's a stranger, he doesn't know anyone, like those people are all here from Mecca, and they're all friends, they know each other. He's a stranger. So even those strangers here, he's not even one of them. He doesn't. So he said, "Stay closer to me." So he would join the Prophet ﷺ everywhere he goes. حتى قرأ كثيرا من القرآن, till he knew a lot of the Quran, just by sticking to the Prophet ﷺ. Then the Prophet ﷺ is getting ready to the battle of Tabuk. So he said to the Prophet, "Make dua for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give me the shahada and be killed for your sake, for the sake of Allah." So the Prophet ﷺ was having what you call this, the outer layer of a trunk of a tree. So he got this thing, luha in Arabic. It was in his hand, and he put it on Abdullah's arm and said, "Oh Allah, I make his blood to be haram for the disbelievers to kill him." And I said, "That's exactly the opposite of what I asked you for." Did you just you didn't hear me right? What's going on? The Prophet said, "Oh Allah, make him haram to be killed by the disbelievers." This means I'll never be a shaheed. The Prophet said to him, "You don't understand. if you were just to go with the army and you get fever and you die because of that, you are a shaheed. If you go out with the army and your camel or horse kicks you and kills you, you are a shaheed. So they went to Tabuk, and there he got sick and he died. He wasn't killed. He just wanted it. And here is what is very interesting, is that the Prophet ﷺ, and now this is a whole entire army, thousands of people. From between all of them, the Prophet ﷺ is the one himself went down to the grave. And he said to Abu Bakr and Umar, pass him on to me. So the Prophet ﷺ is the one who was down. And he laid him down on the grave on his right side. And then he told Abu Bakr and Umar, get down and, take care of the burial. And he, ﷺ, when they finished their burying him, he raised his hands and he said, Allahumma inni qad amsaytu radiyan anhu fardahan. Oh Allah, I am well pleased with him, so be pleased with him. This narration came to us through Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud said that I wished that I would be the one in this grave, just for this dua. For the Prophet ﷺ himself putting him in the grave, and then he says to Allah, I am so pleased with Abdullah, so be pleased with him. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud said, I accepted Islam 15 years before him, and I really wished that this was my grave. 15 years. How many rak'ahs more he did, how many... Abdullah ibn Mas'ud is so famous. So famous. He said, I wish that I would have been in this grave instead of this man whom most of us don't know about him, Abdullah, Albijadain. It is just something in the heart. It's something in the heart. And you will get what you want. This man came to the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet wanted to give him something from the spoils of war. He said, I didn't follow you for that. I followed you hoping that I will get an arrow here and I will die from it for the sake of Allah. The battle started, and after the battle is over, the Prophet is looking around and he saw a man having an arrow exactly what he pointed. The Prophet said, Huwa, is it him, the same guy? They said, yes. And then he said, Sadaq Allah fa sadaqahu Allah. He was truthful with Allah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him what he wanted.